What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TretoWithOutARadio. I'm your host with the most, Treto, you already know.
And I'm Renee from the other day.
Ooh, and together this is TretoWithOutARadio. Right off the bat, bro, let's go in with the world famous.
The world famous.
The world famous.
We didn't discuss this. What are we talking about?
You've never heard of the world famous?
No,
Bro.
Whoa.
It's like in Webster's dictionary.
Well, I guess it's not world famous, huh?
No, okay, here, let me tell you what it is. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Don't miss this now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for people in the back. You know what? That's so ugly. It sounds like a drowning cat.
Oh, that was so bad.
Right?
Oh man.
Yeah, so I guess that's world famous right there.
That's
Any guesses?
The world famous Jonathan Levine laugh.
There you go. Ooh, who the fuck?
I don't know, I just put two names
What?
together.
It's like your cousin and then Adam Levine, like Jonathan.
Perfect. Jonathan Levine.
Wow.
Jonathan. He's a dolphin.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
No, that was your Seth Rogen impersonation, wasn't it?
Yes. Thank you everybody that submitted their laughs. Seth Rogen. That was so bad. I kind of want to do it again, but inside I'm just like, no.
You
stop.
know it's not gonna get any better.
Right. Do you want to let people know what's up with the Seth Rogen laugh?
Yeah. So Seth Rogen laughs really weird. No,
Well, that's about it.
that's about it.
For everyone that's never seen a Seth Rogen movie, he laughs so like
It's so unique.
it's so ugly though.
Well, because it sounds like a fake laugh almost, doesn't it? Because
Like-
he's like like I don't know, like it's like he's forcing it. You know?
Yeah, it sounds forced. It sounds
But
fake.
like no matter what, that's how he laughs. In all his movies, like if you watch his interviews and stuff, that's just his laugh.
That's so iconic, and it sounds like he can't breathe either. Like, yeah.
It sounds like the type of laugh that you have when you're up late as a small child and you're watching something funny on TV and you don't want to laugh loud because your mom already yelled at you about being up.
Right.
So you're trying to laugh, but you're trying to keep it down because you're not trying to make noise.
So you gotta like hold your breath a little bit. You don't want to wake up your brother.
Yeah, so like you're trying really hard, but that's all that makes it out.
Yeah.
And he just did that so much that became his laugh.
That's so perfect, man. So this episode is brought to you by Seth Rogen's Laugh and the new movie that's coming out in theaters May 3rd called Long Shot.
I was like, did you not write down
I
the
know.
name of the movie?
Out of all my notes, I forgot to write the name of the movie. No, Long Shot.
Long Shot.
Yeah, so I guess let's kick it off with your favorite Seth Rogen movie. I know that's a super topic of discussion.
Super topic.
Yeah, because like I feel like everyone has a different Seth Rogen movie that they fuck with. You know, like
That's true. And he's been making movies for a long time. I really didn't even realize it until watching this movie.
Mhm.
I was like, oh shit, I've been watching this guy for like 12 years.
yeah, no, for real. He did look a little bit older, like you could tell.
Mhm. That stuck out to me. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
But he's still Seth Rogen.
I know that's so funny.
I don't know. I think my favorite one is probably This Is the End.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's
Yeah.
the one with this guy in it, the little awkward kid from Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, Michael Scott.
What?
Scott? What the hell?
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott was in it, guys.
And Pam's in it. Fucking Jim. The whole gang.
The whole gang. Bring everybody. No, yeah, this guy, Scott Pilgrim. Shit, what's it? Michael Cera.
There you go. He has a small cameo in there, right?
He does, but he's such a badass. He's doing blow off of Rihanna's ass or something like that.
Yeah, he's like getting a blowjob in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie, it's got everyone, dude. It's got Jonah Hill, fucking James Franco was in it. Emma Watson was in it.
Oh, that's right.
This guy from The Office was in it.
The black guy?
Craig Robinson. Danny, whatever his last name is.
Right.
The guy who's like in Pineapple Express and like all of the other Franco and
The chubby guy.
the
yeah.
chubbier dude. That's not Jonah Hill.
Wow.
Yeah, so they got like they got all their boys together.
Yeah.
I think that's why I liked it so much.
Yeah, no, that's a badass movie. I guess my favorite movie is a little bit different. It's a little bit more serious. Have you seen 50-50? With
Oh, that's not a real movie.
no, wow. It's
No,
only
yeah.
half a movie. No.
Yeah, with this guy, right? Levinson?
Gordon Levitt or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Levitt.
And Seth Rogen. I think it's pretty badass how they take like cancer, which is a super serious topic, and make it into like a funny like.
Yeah, they make it into something fun, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Also, side note, I pulled up the cast list for This Is the End.
Shit.
The Mindy from The Office is also in that movie, and I don't even remember being in it.
Really?
Yeah. So Kelly Kapoor.
Yeah. What? I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, same
she was
thing.
probably like in that party that they had. No, like that.
Probably.
End
Just
of
like
the
a
world
small
party.
cameo.
Yeah, I know that's where Kevin Hart popped out.
Yeah, Kevin Hart. Paul Rudd was in it.
Oh
and shit. Channing Tatum. So there was a lot of people in there. Go rewatch it.
This episode is This Is the End. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, Channing Tatum had that awkward ass like sex slave part in that. You remember that?
No.
Oh,
I guess I gotta rewatch it.
yeah, you gotta watch that shit. He ends up being a sex slave. Anyway, that's for a different episode. The long shot, we got to see it. Shit, I think this is we were ahead of our time. We were like 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah, I think this is
Yeah.
the earliest that we've seen an advanced screening for a movie that's technically out.
Yeah, because they did the premiere at South by Southwest.
Yep, and they did. That was when, last March.
Yeah, that was like last month. Yeah.
So it was a while ago. So if you really wanted to, you could probably find some weird low quality footage of it.
the bootleg where the guy.
Yeah, the guy's all shaking. Somebody stands up and blocks the camera.
Bro, I saw a meme that said, my bootleg guy turned the camera around and said, "This is my favorite part."
Gives you that commentary, bro.
Damn.
Yeah. So it, as you mentioned, it got debuted in South by Southwest. It won an audience award there.
Oh, no shit.
And then it also showed at the at the Sun Valley Film Festival, which is, another one but different thing. And it won the audience award there too.
Nice. I think the 90s movie, mid 90s, was also premiered at that festival.
At South by Southwest or
the Sundance or Sun Valley.
Sun Valley.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So the theatrical release date is May 3rd, which I guess, would you consider it an indie film?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
An indie film with a budget.
I don't know how much of the budget was. I couldn't find anything that told me exactly this is the number, but I did watch a handful of interviews with the cast and stuff, and they joked about it in a couple different interviews where they said literally like more than half of the budget was just paying the two lead actors.
Wow. For real?
Yeah, so everything else was kind of cheap.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah, in a way. I mean, there wasn't no, like, crazy CGI or, like, any, like,
because everything was
over
just
the top.
normal.
Yeah. Wow, like, we were filmmakers, like, oh, yeah, it was super, like, production-wise, this was a piece of
just
cake.
fly out to Canada, fly out to Cuba, that's it.
Yeah,
Chump change.
Chump change.
Which is where they shot the movie, actually.
Is it really?
In Quebec and in Colombia.
Oh shit! So that scene where I mean we're gonna dive into it, but the scene where they're on the island, that was in Colombia?
They actually went to an island. Yes.
No shit. See, that ate up half the fucking.
That was half the budget.
Half the budget. No.
Hey man, morale was low. They really just needed to pick me up for the crew.
They needed to get away. Wow. Okay. Cool. So let's talk about the cast real quick, since that's where the budget went. Fred Flarsky, played by Seth Rogen. We mentioned that he's, iconic for making these types of like comedy films.
Yeah.
I think he did a really good job with the character that we're gonna get into. Charlotte Field, played by Charlize Theron.
Theron.
No,
even before we started recording, I made you say it that way.
I know. I asked him. I was like, "Hey man, how do you pronounce this? I don't want to fuck this up." And you fucking all right, cool. Theron, Theo, whatever. No,
she'll correct us.
Yeah. No. Which I have here in parentheses. These are my notes. No idea who the fuck this is.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I mean, the viewers know me.
Oh, well, that actually.
Me and character and actors don't get along. Like, if I'm ever in a trivia and you ask me who the hell played,
it's over.
Yeah.
No, she's had a really long career, actually. I didn't realize how long of a career and how much shit she's been in. Mm-hmm. I did write down some big ones, more recent big ones that hopefully you'll know. So she was in the Mad Max movie that came out a couple years ago.
Oh, man.
She's also the lead actress in Atomic Blonde.
Oh, I saw the preview for that.
Yeah, it's like John Wick, but there's a girl.
Yeah.
She was also in Arrested Development, which completely went over my head until I saw the credit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. For anybody watching, if you might have seen Arrested Development, there was a British girl that Michael's character starts dating, but she's like mentally handicapped. But he doesn't realize it because she's British.
So the language,
so
dialect,
her accent and her weird use of the language, or not weird use of the language, but her British English.
You know we have British viewers.
Fuck y'all.
Wow. Yeah.
So she thinks she's just super British and doesn't find out until way later.
That's funny.
She was also the main character in the Aeon Flux movie, which is from like 2002, like super trying to be the Matrix.
Yeah, that was like a weird for its time. I remember that. That's fucking
and
like glass breaking.
She did a whole bunch of other movies. She has like a bunch of awards and stuff.
Okay,
but she's never really been in a comedy movie.
Gotcha. I wonder how that casting went. Like,
she helped write it actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her and Seth Rogen both have producer credits.
No way, that's badass.
Yeah, so they were, they helped write and help get it going.
Yeah.
And they both signed on to the movie right away. They're like, yes, we're going to be the two main characters. And that's how they got the rest of the cast that I'm really excited to talk about.
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. I have some honorable mentions here that I kind of want to talk about.
Okay.
One, O'Shea Jackson Jr., which is Ice Cube's son, plays Lance, the best friend. For everyone that knows O'Shea Jackson, you saw him in NWA, but that was honestly that's probably the only thing I've seen him in.
Yeah, he's got a lot of upcoming stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, well, I would assume so, right? Because he did a badass job in NWA.
He did.
But I thought it was funny how he's like the best friend that's like just down for life and like wants to like get him out of his shell, and like it was cool seeing him outside of the gangster, like
outside of playing his dad.
Right, exactly, yeah. And one more honorable mention I have is Boyz II Men. Which I thought it was super funny how Boyz II Men was in the movie. They played themselves, but it was just one of those things where it's like, oh, Boyz II Men, like you have to say the whole name,
Yeah.
Like, oh man, we're gonna go to this party and Boyz II Men's gonna be there. Hey, watch out with Boyz II Men. Oh, hey, look, Boyz II, like they kept repeating it.
They have to say it. They really wanted to get their money's worth, man.
Yeah, I'm sure they paid them a lot. No, but I thought it was super funny. So
they're probably pretty cheap to book these days.
Nah,
they probably did it for free. All that publicity.
That is true. Fucking Boyz II Men.
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 Boys. No.
Boys. No.
Yeah, and then so I guess let me just say this. I feel like this movie has a really cool cast.
Mm-hmm.
And in learning that Charlize and Seth were the first two to sign on, and that's how they kind of got everyone else.
Yeah.
It makes sense that everyone was like, "Oh fuck yeah, I want to be in a movie with these guys."
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because like Seth Rogen, like he makes a lot of his earlier movies were like stoner comedies.
Yeah,
but like he's making some good stuff, like this movie, and then like 50-50, which he both has writing credits on.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah, he's doing good stuff, so I'm excited to see where he kind of goes moving forward. And then Charlize, as we mentioned, she's been a big actress for like the last 30 years.
Yeah. The thing I like about Seth Rogen though is that he doesn't really play or actually go for these roles that are going to make him like a big time movie star. Right. He kind of just plays like his role. You know what I'm saying? Like he goes for these like lower budget films, and obviously he writes some of them, but like he's always in that like you said, it's always like a stoner role or like a weed comedy.
Thing, yeah.
But it's always the same like realm of like comedy.
Right. Like you wouldn't be hard pressed to say that he's playing the same character kind of in all the movies.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah, I actually wrote that down too. He reminds me of this guy, Jason Segel.
Ooh, okay.
Because I feel like he's always playing the same character in all his roles too, and he's never done like a really big, high-profile movie, but he does a bunch of like indie things and just stuff that he enjoys.
Yeah.
He always stays within his realm of what he likes to do.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. I don't know. I feel like if I become a movie star, which I will in the next like 2-3 years.
I thought you were gonna say months.
Months. Nah. I think I would do that too. Like I would just do what I'm comfortable with, and then kind of just hit it off from there. Because like
This is how you never get into the Marvel
Wow.
movies.
Bro, I'm gonna be in the Marvel movie one day. Watch, like that shit was so funny.
You're gonna be the guy who gets disintegrated by the fucking alien cannon.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, as long as I'm on the credits,
I'm
right?
in it.
Yeah, you're gonna see my name in the credits because you're gonna wait till then. No.
We made it. No.
Wow, mama, we made it. Duh. I have another topic here, which I put in capital all caps. Bro, no one told me this was a romantic comedy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You went into this blind, right?
I went into the super blind. Ray Charles even. Like, okay, so when you told me about the movie, I had like seen like a poster or something even, but I didn't watch the trailer purposely. So then when I went into this, dude, the first I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes of the movie, like it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like super funny, you know, and he talks about how he gets to meet this Charlotte Field chick. Mm-hmm. And right off the bat, I was like, "Wait, is this a romance? Like, are they gonna fall in love?" Like, I was super confused, dude.
Right.
Yeah, and it was just so funny. Like, I walked out of there thinking, like, "Holy shit! I just saw a romantic comedy with Renee."
That's how you got to do it. You got to trick them into the movie,
bro. That was horrible. Yeah.
No, I was glad that you hadn't seen any of the like trailers or any of that stuff going into it, so you got like a whole different perspective on it because you didn't know what to expect.
Right. No, it was pretty refreshing, dude. Like not knowing,
stuff going into
the storyline or anything. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then before we get too far into it, I did want to go through and just ramble some of these cast people because I did mention and I hyped it up and then we just shifted topics.
Go for it.
So Bob Ulrich was in it. He played the president. He's Sal from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
The spin-off, yeah.
And then from Better Call Saul, yeah. This guy was in it. Randall Park, which everyone's gonna know him from this role. He was in The Office. He played Asian Jim.
Ah, he did. The slight role in The Office. Yeah.
But everyone knows him from that shit.
Dude, honestly, like I was gonna tell you, like, hey, dude, it's Jim. While we were watching it.
See, this jerk. No, talking in the theater.
Bro, I learned my lesson this time. I didn't say shit.
He didn't. I can attest.
I mean, maybe there was like one like arm nudge, but like
ruined the movie for me.
Wow.
Andy Serkis was in it, which I was really amazed that he was in it.
Who's that?
Andy Serkis. He plays Caesar in the Planet of the Apes movies. He
plays the monkey?
The monkey, yes.
Well, I guess someone has to play him, right? No.
Yeah, and he does a great job at it. He was in the Lord of the Rings movies. He was in Black Panther.
Oh, let me guess. Nah, that is a million characters.
He was in Age of Ultron, and he's in Star Wars.
Oh, so he already has his foot in the door with Marvel.
Oh, he's been all over the fucking place, but he always plays not his face, so a lot of people don't really know who he is. But if you look at all of his roles, they're really good roles. Okay.
So then who did he play here?
He played the old guy who was like trying to get the meeting with Charlize's character.
Ah, yes.
He was just in a bunch of prosthetics and makeup.
The CEO, the journalist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lisa Kudrow from The Office. She was in it. She plays Phoebe in The Office. Or no, not Phoebe. Ooh, Friends. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
She plays Phoebe.
She has another movie coming up that I saw the preview for.
I did see that. I did
like two girls, and they got like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh shit!
Kind of want to check it out. Yeah.
And then the last two real quick. Paul Sheeter he played one of the news actors, the one with the buck teeth and bald.
Okay.
He's from The League. He voices a character in Big Mouth, and he was in Wet Hot American Summer. So you can imagine why I was going crazy every like 15 minutes when a new character showed up.
Actually, yeah, that is him. I didn't even think about that till now. He was in the movie Slice, starring Chance the Rapper, and
I did see that.
Yeah,
I wrote that down just for you because I figured you would know that one.
You're right, yeah, because when we did the preview or the premiere for that, we went to the Q&A afterwards, and he was hosting the Q&A. So nice. Yeah, he did. Oh wow, I can't believe I didn't recognize him. Yeah, I'm really bad with characters, guys. Like, this isn't even funny. Like, he could be walking down the street and I won't even know that's him. No.
Terrible. See what I have to work with?
Wow. Yet I love doing these movie reviews.
Last two real quick. Claudio Dari, who is in apparently two different Amy Schumer movies, Trainwreck and Snatched.
Trainwreck. LeBron James. That's a
LeBron James is in it. Yep.
That's the only reason I watched it.
And she's in the Netflix show Love, which I highly recommend. It's probably going to be my next recommendation when we do another recommendation episode.
Nice. Cool.
And of course, Little Yachty.
Oh man, my man. Yep, I recognize the fuck out of him.
Little Yachty was in it. Sorry, spoiler.
Wow, spoiler alert. Yeah, he plays
Little Yachty.
Watch, he plays like some other random
shit.
drug dealer.
He plays president. No.
Ooh, that'd be badass.
There's 2 presidents.
He plays Obama. No. Obama, look at your hair. No.
I ain't president no more.
Ooh, what's up? Damn. Okay, that's a good breakdown.
Come here, Michelle.
Why he just grabs her? No.
Bring that ass over.
She's all twerking in his video. What?
Bro, that's the former first lady you're talking about.
Bro, I respect Michelle Obama. That's fucked up, Renee. No.
You're over here trying to get her to twerk?
No. Speaking of Michelle Obama and I guess the Obamas, I got a couple off the bat takeaways.
Okay.
What I really enjoyed about this movie is that it was a kind of political comedy, if you really think about it, without giving it a lot away. And you can see this in the trailer. The Charlotte Field character is Secretary of State. Right? So then this guy, Fred Flarsky, played by Seth Rogen, he's her writer. Well, I like that it was taking that political, I guess, storyline. Yeah, because obviously politics are super serious and especially now they're headlining fucking.
Yeah, they're headlining the news every fucking day.
Every fucking Twitter post is about the president. But I thought it was really cool how they take that political standpoint and they kind of make it into a more easy
digestible thing.
Yeah.
Without dumbing it down, I found.
Yeah.
So they kept it in. They kept not the best parts of it, but I remember coming back from the theater. The way I phrased it was, they made a political movie, and that was the plot, and then they added jokes around it
and romance.
No,
wow. Smiling at the camera.
Why are you smiling at the camera?
What? Yeah. So I thought that was pretty badass because obviously to make a political movie which there has been a couple. Remember, Chris Rock had that movie where he was the first black president before Obama.
Oh,
remember
shit.
that?
No.
Yeah. So that was a political comedy as well. But
he called it.
They did a really good dude for real. Wow, they did a really good job with this. That was one of the takeaways that I liked. Another takeaway is that. Well, I don't want to give much away, but just the way they unveiled that romance, and I guess we could talk about it later. The way it wasn't just hey, here's this hot chick and he has a crush on her, go fall in love. It was more all
right, now kiss.
Yeah, just action. No.
Sir, can we back action?
Action. No. We got the budget going. No. But it was more
just running.
Yeah, they give you a backstory and you get to know the characters.
Yeah,
before
why,
they were the characters. Yep. That was one of my takeaways that I loved about the movie.
Yeah, I did really like the between Seth Rogen and Charlize, their chemistry on the screen.
Yeah. Because
Charlize never having been in a comedy before, and Seth Rogen being mostly known for his super over the top comedies.
Right.
Similar to the tagline of the movie, how it shouldn't work. It's a long shot. It works on screen though. They play off of each other really well, and they have super good chemistry.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Every conversation that they had in the movie, I ended up laughing at something. So the writing, I felt like the writing was really tight, and I wrote down a chunk that I remembered. And then it ended up being it's in one of the trailers, so it doesn't really ruin the joke unless But it's when Charlize's character is talking with the president, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna nominate you for as a presidential candidate, because you know what? You've been a great secretary." Just of state. It's yeah. Which one again? All of them. And it's just. The delivery between it is so good, and that's I feel like that explains the humor of the movie. You're not gonna get a bunch of dicks being drawn into a notebook in Superbad or something.
Yep. I honestly I have that written down somewhere.
Oh, you do?
I honestly do. But yeah.
Yeah. So it's still a comedy and it's still kind of vulgar, but it's not like watching Superbad or Pineapple Express, you know?
Yeah, I think I guess in the Seth Rogen sense of comedy or raunchiness, they do kind of tap into that raunchy sex like comedy where all right, I'm just gonna say they're fucking the shit out of each other, but like, but you know, it's not super better. It's not Pineapple
They
Express.
have sex like twice.
Yeah, but it was so funny though, like the way they did it, which we'll talk about later. But just that one scene, which if you watch this, you're gonna be like, oh man, these guys are perverted. Nah, man, like you're gonna laugh out loud, like for sure. Like that shit was so funny.
That's true. We saw it in a pretty full theater.
Yeah,
Whole theater was laughing.
yeah, it was so like
Even the one lady who had seen it 3 times already, she was laughing.
oh my god. In my notes, I have oh, here we go. As with any Seth Rogen film, there's always going to be the dick jokes and some type of sex scene that'll make you say "holy shit" under your breath, while the old lady in the row over takes a trip down memory lane to her sex life in the 70s.
Oh, what the fuck?
Right? Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was so random that you're just like, oh. And then the lady over there is like, ooh, you know, like, I don't know. That's what I had in my notes.
Is that what you think about old ladies?
Bro,
old ladies are just freaks.
Yeah, bro. You know the 70s. That shit was crazy. Why do you think there's so many millennials now? No, that's not even. That's like the 90s, 80s.
Keep going.
Okay, so check this out, right? When you're watching the movie and there's a sex scene, do you just stare at the sex scene? Like it's awkward, right?
Okay.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna look for the nearest old person to see their reaction to the film, and then you're gonna write about it in your notes, and you're gonna.
Okay.
No, is that just me?
That might just be you. Leave a comment if whenever you're watching a movie and there's a sex scene on the screen, you start looking at the old people in the theater.
You have to, like, because as young people, we're like, oh, okay, cool, they're they're having sex, but
cool, they're fornicating.
If that lady's 60 years old, 70 years old, I want to know what she's thinking about, because that's not what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, you're thinking about her.
Well, no,
so you're sitting in a movie theater full of people. You see sex on the screen, and you start thinking about an old lady. There's something wrong here,
not
Treto.
Just one old lady. Like there could be a mass of old ladies.
So
like,
you want an orgy with old ladies?
No, it's not an orgy. It's like that show with they ask 10 people their senses. Like what do you like? You get and I'm all stuttering. You get a group of 10 people, right? And then 9 out of the 10 are gonna answer one way. I want to know what that lady's going to answer when we talk about this on the podcast.
Sure, man. You like thinking about old ladies. That's fine.
This is what a Seth Rogen movie does, bro. It makes you think outside of the box. It makes you think as if you were an old lady who, like, smoked a doobie right before she walked into the movie theater.
Yeah, so it's a romantic comedy.
Wow.
It's last time I checked, it was at a 85% on Rotten Tomatoes.
87?
85, sorry.
85. Oh, 85. Nice. That's still pretty good.
71 on Metacritic and a 7 on IMDb. Like 7.0. Perfect 7.
Oh, okay, cool.
So like I know the numbers are a little low, especially on Metacritic. So I wonder, I don't know. Why do you feel like it's low? Because it seems like a solid, almost like a political satire movie.
Yeah, there's a couple of scenes where you really like can tell that they're making fun of a certain person.
Yeah, like they're really making fun of. They're just pointing big flaws out in the government.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder why. Is it because like the Seth Rogen-ness of the movie like outweighs the politicalness that they're trying to talk about or something?
I think people are just so used to Seth Rogen not getting political, where
not trying to make a point with his movies.
Yeah, where I mean, if you really break it down, like they're talking about the environment and they're talking about like ways that they could help the world.
Yeah, like
like
at its core, this is a movie about politics.
Yeah, like they're really pushing that, and I don't think people expected that from Seth Rogen. I think they kind of just want him to be funny and not get too real about certain topics. So maybe that could be a reason why it was rated pretty low. But even then, though, 85 is not that bad.
Yeah,
like, I've seen movies on Rotten Tomatoes that are rated like 53, and I still kind of want to watch them. No,
like what? Old lady and the sex?
Wow, damn,
old lady and the sex.
Wow, old lady. She's just there, like, Hey, nah, like
I'm the old lady, and there's the sex.
So you get an old lady, and you
get a bunch of sex around her.
That's horrible, man. What is this? Nah,
that's you, man.
This is the type of shit. Going off of that, another reason why I think Seth Rogen did a really good job is because he plays that regular Joe, right? So I think maybe people are tired of seeing that from him.
Oh,
I guess kind of contradicting what we were talking about.
I don't know, but he does play like the everyman in the movie.
He literally it makes it feel like he's just a regular ass guy, yeah, And I think I don't know, in every movie he just plays that regular guy, and maybe people are kind of like, all right, this is a reoccurring thing.
We want to see you try something different.
Yeah.
Even though earlier we were talking about how he stays within his role.
No. I mean, I personally like it, but I'm just saying.
I could see that from a critic standpoint.
Yeah.
Because, I can totally see that. They're like, oh, it's a Seth Rogen movie. He plays his typical. He plays within his comfort zone. He doesn't try to do anything outside of that. But I don't know. I feel like he's just, he's refining his roles, I guess.
Yeah.
Because if you took Seth Rogen from 10 years ago and put him into this movie, this would probably be a completely different movie.
The president of fucking Canada would be high as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he even smoked. He didn't smoke throughout the whole movie, did he?
Yeah, he did. Right at the beginning, when he gets the first call.
Oh.
And then he's like, bro, I'm high as fuck. You're good, Just, don't act. Oh, no, I guess they were drunk.
Yeah, they were drunk.
Oh, you're right.
I don't think... Yeah, see a Seth Rogen with no smoking. He's really growing up.
They do ecstasy, though. Was that ecstasy?
That's different.
Oh, okay. That's a whole different chapter.
But yeah, I think through and through, it's a really good movie. And even in all the interviews that I saw... This is going to sound dumb, because, yeah, they should like each other. But in all the interviews, they always had the whole cast there.
Mm-hmm.
And, they had the director there, and they were always... They were always joking and stuff. They were always having a good time, riffing off of each other, and when I see that, it shows to me they had a good time filming together. They had a good time on set. More often than not, when you like what you're doing, you do a better job.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds kind of stupid, they were getting paid to be there. They their contract says they have to be there or whatever. But I mean, I know I've seen interviews where you could tell that they don't want to be there. They could care less about what it is that they're talking about.
Yeah. As long as the movie's making them look good, they don't really care about their coworkers and stuff.
Right, they don't care about that. And I didn't get that sense from anybody on the cast.
No, I agree. Even the vibe with Lance and Fred, which is the two best friends, they were just like that's some shit we would fucking talk about. He's like, oh man, you got this, bro. You gotta go get her.
Yeah.
It didn't feel fake. And then I think even outside of the script, I think I could see Seth Rogen hanging out with Ice Cube's son.
Yeah, they did talk about that in some of the interviews where they were asking him what it's like working with Seth Rogen, and he's like, bro, that's how he start. It's so weird watching his interviews because he talks like a normal human.
Wow.
He doesn't have this these predetermined answers or this narrow way of speaking like some actors do.
Oh, he's not media trained.
Yeah, he's not media trained.
Yeah.
So he talks, as if you saw him on the street or something.
Yeah.
And it's bro, it's so weird. I have to do a take with him, and he's super in it. He's in it. He's laughing. He's making jokes. Yo, cut, and all of a sudden he's just,
oh shit.
Yeah, and then because he's already planning the next scene out and trying to think what'll be funny and doing all this stuff. So there's a lot of effort that goes into Seth Rogen trying to come off like he doesn't care. He tries really hard to make it look like he's not trying.
Damn. Yeah, I guess that's pretty cool, man. I wonder what it'd be like to see him on the set.
To see him actually get into the zone and stuff.
You think Seth Rogen's personal friends are kind of man, dude, you're so different from what you play in the movies. And we're over here thinking oh man, he's just a regular guy.
He's just a regular
plays
schmuck.
A regular Joe, but real life, he's an asshole, a pretentious jerk.
Damn, he wears a monocle.
Wow, he's all rich.
He takes it off for interviews.
he wears a turtleneck, but once he gets to the set, he wears the Adidas fucking track jacket.
That's why he zipped it up all the way to hide
Bro.
the turtleneck.
Nah, come on, don't do that.
Yeah, I
Nah.
guess. Do you have any other general things about the movie that you want to discuss?
Yeah. So the release date, I feel like it's really, really close, and this is with any movie that's coming out within the next week or so. If you're really close to the Avengers release date, I feel like you're gonna get completely ignored, and your box office. What the fuck?
Office box.
Dropbox. No. I feel like your ticket sales aren't going to be as good as they would have been if you weren't going up against the Avengers.
Yeah, it's I did think about that too. It's kind of a ballsy move to release a week after the Avengers,
which I think the Avengers are going to get a good 3-4 weeks.
Oh yeah, they're going to dominate for the month.
Yeah.
Cuz I can't think of anything that's going to beat them at least for the next 4 weeks.
Not even that guy that saw Captain Marvel 106 times. No.
Oh my god! Imagine how many times he's gonna watch this movie.
Oh, forget it, bro. And it's 3 hours long. Nah. Man.
That's
well, yeah. I guess that's my last bit of notes before we.
Yeah. So I guess if the Avengers is sold out, because it's probably sold out, and you're looking for something to watch, I'd recommend this movie.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Even if you're hanging out and you just want to go with the guys, or you're hanging out with your girlfriend and you just want to go watch a movie, I think this is a really good movie.
Yeah, I feel like you can really watch it with anybody.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Me and my mom saw it a couple times already, and it hasn't even come out yet.
What?
Yeah,
just chilling with the moms.
Ooh, imagine Seth Rogen laughing in Spanish. No.
Oh, they probably mess it up.
It's all dubbed all
weird.
It
probably sounds weird.
Have you ever seen that meme where it's when he laughs, haha, but she laughs with a J, in Spanish? That shit's so stupid, bro. No.
The one where it's when all your Spanish friends are ha-haing and you want to ha-ha too, but you don't understand Spanish.
Yeah, that's so stupid. There you go, Seth Rogen, ha-ha in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Do you want to take a break and then go into the spoilers, or do you just want to dive into it?
No, so yeah. Let's just take a break. We'll be right back with the spoilers. I don't know what I'm getting at. No.
All right, we'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, we'll be right back. No. Welcome back, guys. As you know, in our previous movie reviews, this is the part where shit goes down.
This is where it gets real.
This is where it gets really real. If you haven't, well, I guess you haven't seen the movie. Yeah, how does that work? If
come back later.
Yeah, if you're thinking about watching the movie and you really want to watch it, this is the part where you kind of.
You gotta. Well, actually, this is what I wanted to talk about. That I mentioned briefly. So, I checked today on the internet because I was trying to gather all my notes and everything for this episode.
Yeah.
And so, in doing so, I watched the trailers for the movie.
Okay.
Because I had only seen one of the trailers before we went to go see it, and there's 3 of them that they made and they put out. And so I watched all 3 of them. If you already watched all 3 trailers, just save your money.
Damn. So they reveal a lot
the
of
whole movies in those 3 trailers.
Oh shit.
And as I was watching them, I was just like, wow. I was in disbelief. I was like, I can't believe they're showing all of this. And then I watched the next trailer and I was like, bro.
Really? They showed that much?
So yeah, we could check it out after. But watching the 3 trailers, I was like, oh, well, okay.
Damn. It's just one of those things where what I hate the most is when I watch a movie and it's like, oh, I saw this in a trailer, and then it's all downhill from there. You know, I don't know.
I'm really glad I didn't watch the other 2 trailers before I saw it, because I probably would have enjoyed the movie a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're thinking about watching it, and if you've seen one of the trailers or a part of a trailer, I would say go watch it. But if you've already seen all the trailers, I don't even think it's worth it.
Damn. And if you made it this far, go watch it and then come back to this, because
because there's still some things,
mm-hmm.
but it's like seeing 80% of the movie. So you're gonna pay for 20%.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's
so
crazy.
I'd rather you just wait and like watch it on Netflix
Yeah.
or watch it on Redbox or something.
You know, I'm gonna start doing these blind movies a lot more often. This is pretty cool. Like not knowing anything about it, like that was pretty dope. Yeah.
But having said that, then there's one thing that I immediately want to get into that was like my favorite part of the movie.
Okay.
When they start getting together, Charlize and Seth Rogen's character, and they're not dating yet, but they're getting to know each other and stuff.
Okay.
And Seth Rogen realizes like, oh, you haven't been a normal person for like the last 10 years because you've been so wrapped up in politics. Like that's been your whole life.
Right.
And so he's like, all right, I'm going to show you all the stuff that you haven't seen. So they start watching the Marvel movies. They watch Game of Thrones. They listen to music and all that stuff.
Right.
And she starts singing the 2 Chainz song, Birthday Song.
Birthday.
Yeah. And so she's like, I don't know what she's like writing notes or something. And she's like, all I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe.
Right.
And that was my favorite part of the movie.
Bro, that was so perfect. And then he kind of laughs it off. He's like, out of all the songs I've showed you, like this is the one
the one.
The one that stuck.
She's like, what? I like 2 Chainz. He's catchy.
Bro, that was perfect.
And that actually motivated me today
to get a big booty hoe?
To get a big booty hoe.
Oh, shit.
It's only $200 down.
Oh, damn. No. Wow, that's your down payment?
Down payment on the big booty hoe.
Wow.
No, it motivated me today to go and listen to that song again.
Oh, shit.
And, bro, that song, top 10.
Are you serious? Is
Top
it that
10
iconic?
songs. So iconic. I was because I hadn't actually listened to it in a long time, but I didn't realize how many things like I say in casual conversation that come from that song.
Oh, yeah, like when you're talking to coworkers, if I die, bury me inside a Gucci store.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, hey, by the way, Greg.
Right? Greg from accounting?
Yeah. That and even the lyrics. Like, some of the lyrics are pretty dope, bro.
Okay,
and
go ahead.
I know you were going to start laughing, so I wrote some of them down.
All right. I just want to see how casual these are.
All right. So, right off the bat, she got a big booty, so I call her Big Booty. And then the ad-lib. Booty.
Wow.
No, I wanted to throw that one in there.
That was poetic, bro. That was
It's poetic, bro. That's a fucking haiku and shit.
Oh, jeez.
No, so referee with the whistle, Bert, hold this tech, blow. Think about that line. Really think about it.
Referee with the whistle. Bert
so blows the whistle, hold this tech.
Hold this tech, blow.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're running a race, and the referee's about to start the race, like a fucking cross-country race? I don't know. With the whistle.
Yeah, a ref with a whistle. So, most sports have a whistle, but I thought of basketball.
Okay.
So he is the referee holding the whistle. He blew the whistle, hold this tech. So, like, he's giving out a technical to you. But a tech is also a gun.
Oh, hold this tech, technical.
Yeah.
But hold this tech, gun.
Exactly, because the next line is extendo clip. So it's not even a normal clip. He's shooting you with extended rounds. So he's killing you on 2 fronts.
Yeah, because you got a technical and now you're going to get shot. Yeah.
With his tech.
With extendo clip.
Yeah. And he's the ref. So you're playing, but he's controlling the game. Bro, that line is crazy.
What? Bro, that's okay. That's actually pretty badass.
Right?
Okay.
That's a good line.
All right, I'll give you that one. That one was all right. That one was all right.
Look, you just don't want to admit it because it's 2 Chainz.
But it's 2 Chainz. He's not a lyricist. He's 2 Chainz. No.
Bro, dude's a college graduate, man.
I got a big booty, so she got a I got a big she got a big booty, so I call her Big Booty. Come on, like that's skirt. Yeah.
And then, this line's not as crazy, but I thought it was funny too. When your girl leave me, she need a hair salon. Damn.
When your girl leave me, she need a hair salon. Oh, because her hair's all fucked up?
Her hair's all fucked up.
Yeah.
So she's got to go to the hair salon. That's how crazy it is.
Okay. That one wasn't so deep.
Yeah, that one wasn't as deep, but it was still pretty clever.
Yeah, it is pretty clever.
This one, I'm balling and you're in will call. So, he's in the game.
Oh, and you're just trying to get tickets to the game.
You're trying to get in.
Okay, I see it.
And you don't even have tickets to get in. Like you're trying to get the
will call tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't even have season tickets.
Yeah,
no.
you're just You're just trying. No. And then, bro, and then when Kanye comes in,
How does he start his?
well, he's
his
riding
shit?
this big ass bike.
Yeah, right.
She holding out. She ain't giving to the needy.
He ain't giving to the needy, huh?
Yeah, think about that.
She's holding out.
She's holding out. So like the 1% of the population. No.
Wow. Okay.
Right,
no,
so
no.
I'm reaching with this.
Yeah, you're
one.
reaching hard as fuck for that one.
But she's holding out. She has what they want, and she doesn't want to share.
I deserve to be greedy, huh? Because
Yeah.
he doesn't want to share her.
Because now that he got it, you know,
he deserves to be
he
greedy.
deserves to have it since he worked for it.
So you think Seth Rogen sits there when he's like high off of a bunch of weed and like
And does this? Yes.
does it? That's why he showed her this song in particular.
Bro, also, it's a bad bitch contest. You win first place.
You in first place.
This is Seth Rogen's way of coming on to her.
Wow. Well, because she's about to be the first president.
First president.
First female president.
First president.
Wow. George Washington.
So I don't know, man. I think you gotta re-listen to this
man.
song, man.
You know what? I'll give you that first one.
Bro,
With the
last
referee?
birthday, she got you a new sweater. You put it on, gave her a kiss, and tell her do better.
Ooh.
Like, that's not even a clever line. Just the amount of savagery in
That's
that.
like some like you could do better. Like, what are you doing?
Like the
That
amount
just
of
sounds cocky now.
well,
No.
that's Kanye.
Oh, that's true. That sounds genius. Nah, how biased is that? Oh, that's genius. No.
Bro, and then the last line of Kanye's verse, or the last stanza, don't be reaching, don't be touching shit. You're in Kanye West's Benz. Cause I will turn your ass back into a pedestrian.
Damn, that sounds like me in high school when I was whipping around the Saturn, and I was like, "Yo, man, stop talking shit. Are you guys gonna walk
Your ass
home?"
is walking home. But exactly, like, how much power does he have that he could take someone and make them famous, and then immediately snap his fingers, and you're nobody again?
Like Thanos.
Exactly.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. Although my
Bro.
favorite one is the referee
And that was 2 Chainz.
with the tech, hold the tech. Damn.
Yeah, so you can talk about whatever. I'm good now.
Wow. Well, with that being said, dude, you think politicians actually listen to like rap or no?
I feel
'Cause I know Obama does.
Well, he's not a politician anymore.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know. I feel like that happens. Like, they just can't have a life, you know? Because they got to be up to date with politics and stuff. That's why when they go golfing or they go to a game or something, like, that's their break, you know?
Yeah. Even in the movie, going back to the movie, she is always on. Like, when she appears at a party, it's not about the party. It's about her looking good for, like, the tabloids and, like, for,
Right.
you know?
To make a good impression.
Yeah. There was one part in the movie where they're walking into the party, and then Seth Rogen is, like, standing next to her wearing this, like, ridiculous outfit.
Oh, yep.
Yep, and then like super ridiculous. He looks dumb as fuck, and then she's like, "Oh no, you gotta like stand
You
back,
gotta go
like,
back there."
back like 10, 15 feet. We can't be seen together."
Right.
As a politician, though, they're always on. Like they're literally always on, and I think that happens with like anybody, really anybody.
Really, if you're in the public eye all
Yeah.
the time.
Which that could get annoying being scrutinized so much.
And I feel like that plays into the movie itself because, you know, with Seth Rogen, she's not on.
And that's why she fell in love with him.
Yeah, because it was somebody that she could just be real with.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
You know?
As real as he was just a normal ass person before, like.
Yeah, when they were babysitting,
Yeah.
or when she was babysitting him.
Ooh, I do want to get into that real quick.
Yeah,
So
go for it.
There's a part in the movie where they kind of explain their friendship, their acquaintance, how they know each other prior to like them reuniting at this party. And Seth Rogen is telling his friend like, "Hey man, that's the Secretary of State, but I know her from like before, like she was my babysitter." And then his friend Lance, who we talked about earlier, he's like, "Oh bro, you know her, like you gotta go say hi, like this is your chance, blah blah blah." And he's like, "No man, you don't understand, like she was babysitting one night and she was like, you know, reciting her speech, and then they awkwardly like had a kiss, like they kissed each other."
Right.
And then 13-year-old Seth Rogen had a big ass boner.
Right. It was like, bro, I had the. It was like what was it? The biggest small 13-year-old
Yeah,
boner.
which that wasn't even the part that killed me. The part that killed me from that was he was like, what did he say? No, his 13-year-old self did the Seth Rogen laugh.
Bro, and that kid nailed it way better than yours.
That kid did nail it though. That shit was so funny because like they don't tell you right off the bat like that's Seth Rogen. Like they go back in time and you kind of put two and two together, and then he does this laugh and is like, oh shit, that's Seth Rogen.
That's definitely Seth Rogen.
Yeah. So I thought that was really funny and clever how they
They showed that little flashback
pre-story. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of going back to how she has to always be on when she's at these events and has to look good for the cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
I like how in the movie they made it a point that she's terrible at waving.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
I don't even know what she was doing. She was like moving her elbow when she was trying to wave.
She was doing this like
this really, it just looked uncomfortable.
It's like it looks so weird. Like you have to really try to fuck that up.
Yeah, it's so like, bro, you wave.
I never knew waving was so hard. No.
It was for her, and like that was what, like a 5-minute scene when they were talking about how she's shit at waving.
Yeah, so they break down her like characteristics and like what she's good at and shit. Mm-hmm. And waving was like not it. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
In that same scene where they're talking about how bad she is at waving, and they're making these jokes. Mm-hmm. In a line that I feel like it should have gotten more attention because it goes back to the whole political part of the movie.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, this is your score for your looks, your attractiveness, approachability or whatever. And it's like, oh, well, what do they think about my platforms that are running on? And it's like, oh, yeah, nobody cares about that.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, they just want a president that looks like they're going to do stuff.
Right. They don't really care about the
they don't
actual
actually
analytics.
care about the actual politics of it. They just want somebody that they can have a beer with, I guess, is the way that I hear it the most often.
Which that was Phoebe talking about that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not her name, but
it's Phoebe now.
Phoebe. Nah, yeah. Damn, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was really cool how they really showed that the politician is always on and they're always like thinking of what they look like and what they sound like. Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the prime minister of Canada.
Yeah.
So throughout the movie, the prime minister of Canada is like hitting on her and he's trying to smash.
He's trying to hit like hard, like he's trying. He's really out there.
Yeah, and so at one point they're having dinner together. And he's like, yeah, so I'm working on this new laugh that they made for me because apparently my other laugh doesn't do well in the ratings.
Oh, man, it's so bad.
And I was laughing super hard because it reminded me of Treto.
Oh, man.
Who, by the power of the podcast, recently realized that apparently his laugh is terrible or he doesn't like the way he laughs.
Just going to cover my face? No.
So he's been trying to change it, and it works for a little bit, but then he'll forget and he'll lose it.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh. So there's points where I'm laughing at something and it's so genuine that I have an ugly ass laugh. Like my laugh is like a horse that's falling off a cliff. Like like he can't stop. He's running so fast he can't stop, and then like boom, cliff. And then this is like him like like a fucking like a half a like I don't know, but so my laugh is so ugly, right? It's so screechy.
I like how you can't even think.
I can't even think of.
You're so focused on trying not to laugh right now.
And I do this fake laugh, which I don't know if you caught on by now, but sometimes the real laugh comes out. But this fake laugh, I've trained myself to do. And in the movie, this prime minister, he tells her like, "Oh, I have a real laugh and I have a political laugh that I do, and it's all teeth." Like he just shows his teeth.
Yeah, he's like, like something like it sounds so weird.
Yeah, it's so fake. Yeah.
But then he does his real laugh, and it's so much worse.
Oh, it's so bad. So I felt it right here. I felt his pain. Not all of us are born with a good laugh, right?
Bro, just laugh.
Nah, man, nah, I'm good.
He's gonna mess up, guys.
Nope. So yeah, that was funny, man. That was real.
There was one scene in particular that I wanted to talk about too, where at this point they'd already established like this is a romantic comedy movie,
right?
And once they did that, I started looking out for like the usual tropes of a romantic comedy where like, oh, they get together and everything's great, and then something happens and they break up and then they get back together at the end. Like your typical romantic comedy film.
And he like gets down on one knee and then
Yeah, and he makes like a big romantic gesture, and then she's like, "Oh my God, yes," blah blah blah, and then happy music plays.
and they zoom out into the city.
Yeah, and so I was
Classic.
kind of waiting for that to happen, and there was a couple points where I thought it was gonna happen in the movie, but there was one that I really thought it was gonna happen. So when they were at like at a ball, I guess,
Yeah, it was like a formal
like a
gathering.
formal dance thing.
Yeah, a gala.
Gala, yeah.
Yeah.
So they were at that, and this was before they were publicly dating, so it was just, not available to the public. And she dances with the prime minister, and Seth's character is standing there in the audience watching. And in my head, I was like, "Oh, this is the part in the movie where he's gonna get jealous and he's gonna like punch the prime minister or something,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna get in an argument and fight and break up." And I was super happy when all he did was stand there and clap and like be happy,
Right.
because I was expecting that to happen, and I was gonna be really disappointed if that's actually what happened.
Yeah, no, that was funny. They actually took a twist on that exact moment. From what I remember, like you said, instead of being mad and jealous, he kind of like wrote on a napkin and gave it to her, or not give it to her, but she got his napkin, and the note said, "I think I found Hitler," and then he pointed at the dude.
It's just a poor guy rocking his mustache.
A little Hitler mustache, and they just laughed it off, and like they actually went into a different room, right? And
they went into like the kitchen or something.
And they had like a little romantic one-on-one dance.
Yeah, so I thought that was nice how they didn't fall into that, straight trope of romantic comedy movies.
That like typical. Yeah, no, good shit, man. There was a lot of little parts in this movie that I was like, huh, that would actually really happen. Like, even even to take it back to the first day they reunited at the Boyz II Men concert party, he kind of lashes out at the dude that like stole his job, or like he talks shit to this guy, and like instead of storming out and like making a grand like exit, this motherfucker trips on the stairs
down the staircase. Yep.
And it's like, dude, you had your moment, and then boom, out of nowhere you trip and fall, and now you're all over YouTube. I thought it was so funny because like now nowadays that shit will happen. Like you're immediately on YouTube.
You're everywhere.
Yeah,
he's like, you're on the news, bro.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
this is the news.
It's like, you think I went viral? He's like, bro, this is the news. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I do want to quickly talk about like some of the political things that I feel like we're glossing over them because we want to talk about the parts that were funny.
Right.
But they were still there. So the whole part, or her whole campaign is structured across this bill that she wants to get that's supposed to like be good for the environment, reduce emissions, and do all this stuff. It was called like the Birds, Bees, and Trees or something like that. And Seth Rogen's character, he originally didn't want to write for her. He didn't want to be on the campaigns for her or nothing, because in his mind, politics is all about something that starts off with a good idea. So this bill, for example, and then by the time it actually passes, it's so changed, and people's influences are taken into it,
so filtered.
And it doesn't even do what it was supposed to do in the beginning. And so that's like a main driving line throughout the movie, and I thought that was cool because that's really how it goes down. Like, you want to pass this bill? Okay, cool. We'll give you, we'll fund your campaign, but now you have to turn the other eye whenever oil manufacturing prices increase or something.
I think he nailed it with that. Like, he's like, no, I'm not gonna help you because I know how this shit ends up.
Right. And so that was a big point in the movie where it was about staying true to who you are in the personal sense and not compromising your views, especially if you have something that's gonna benefit people.
How true do you think that is as far as like the movie goes, when she like each like speech or each event that she they showed, she's like gaining more like supporters? How true do you think that is, as far as like that's how they campaign and that's how they like get their supporters essentially? Because she was talking about getting over 100 countries.
Yeah. So I know at least for like presidential elections, that's literally what they do. They just go state to state
Go and talk to people. Yeah.
and have a bunch of rallies everywhere.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty true, and even like the stuff that came about from it. So like when the current president and that big like millionaire dude from the newspaper,
The jerk.
yeah, they sit down with her and it's like, hey, you got to cut this out. Like, we're not gonna support your presidential campaign if you keep on pushing this agenda.
Oh, the trees, because he wanted to build a plant.
Yeah.
Where there was like forest or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So stuff like that, I feel happens where oh, if you want to get this done, then you got to do this for me, and then I'll let you pass this bill. And it's nice seeing it putting it into a movie, and that's actually the plot. So hopefully it gets more people to think about how politics work and all that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I think aside from her being super political and like this person that is in the spotlight, when they do show her like normal side, that like that's pretty badass. Even the part where it got serious when they were under attack.
Right.
I forgot what country they were in. But there was like an attack, and like they had to like get out of the hotel room. They go into this like safe room in the basement, and then like Seth Rogen's freaking out because he's never like even been in fire before. Like,
right.
He's freaking out, and then she's telling him like, "Dude, just breathe. Like I learned this in the Navy. Just breathe."
Oh, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, and she's like, "No, just count in your head. You don't have to say it out loud." He's like, "No, it works for me if I count out loud." Like,
yeah.
I thought that was really funny because that shows like she's not a normal person. Like, she has military like background and she knows what to do in that situation. But then Seth Rogen is like super like freaking out. Like I would react. Like I would freak out. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That. And then we haven't even. I'm surprised we didn't even talk about this part. When she. I don't even know when to start.
Start it out, man. Like, 2 Chainz. No.
Yeah, 2 Chainz.
Wow.
When she gets I forgot what happened in the movie, but something bad happened, and then she's like, you know what? I want to smoke a Molly with you.
Oh.
And he's like, yeah, that's not how it works. I think they were in Paris, weren't they?
I think they were in Paris.
They were in Paris, and so they go to some club and do Molly.
Yeah.
And that whole sequence is just it was a shit show.
Dude, it was perfect. So she's like living it up, like she's in disguise because no one can see her identity.
Right.
And they do Molly in the club, and then after a while, like shit goes down, and she asks Seth, like, how long does this last? Like I gotta go.
Right.
He's like, no, you wanted another hit, so we took another one, so it's gonna last like 12 hours. Like,
yeah.
Oh, that shit.
We still got like another 12 hours to go.
That shit was so funny. And then what happens after that? They
go back because it was like a hostage situation.
Oh, a terrorist. Yeah.
And they couldn't get in contact with the president, I guess, so she had to do it. But she's she's on Molly, like fucking hasn't slept, dehydrated, and all this.
High as fuck. Yeah.
But she pulls it off.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
So I don't know. There's a lot of good moments in the movie. There's a lot of really quick politic things that you might miss, like near the end of the movie when her and Seth Rogen are arguing, and Rogen's like, "Oh, this is all you care about. You just care about politics. Like, why do you even try so hard? Like, I feel like nobody's trying as hard as you are. You should just win because of that." And it's like, no, that's not how it works. I have to try harder than everyone else. It's like, why? Because you're a woman? It's like, yes.
Yeah. No, that they nailed it with that.
Yeah. It's like, that's exactly why I have to try this hard.
Yeah, because what did she even compare it? It's like, oh, if you did this in this situation, like, people would just laugh it off. But since I'm a woman, like, I'm gonna get fucking
right. Like that's the end of my career.
Yeah. Huh. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So they touch on a lot of things. They talk about like gender inequalities, how politics works, fucking blackmailing in politics, compromises in politics.
Who's that politician from New York? That Cortez chick?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of reminded me of her right now. How whenever she's like in the headlines, it's like her like lashing out like in Congress or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how they were giving her shit for like there was like a video surface of her dancing,
right? Of her dancing for a college class that she was in.
Like if she was a guy, like that would be normal ass. Like
yeah, there could be
no argument.
It's like I don't know if you've seen it, but there's this governor from somewhere down south.
Okay.
that came up recently, maybe about a month ago or so. He, in college, for Halloween, dressed up in blackface.
Oh, jeez.
And went to a party with his boy who was dressed up as a KKK member.
Nah, well.
He's still an active politician.
Bro, but if that was a girl, no, stupid. Yeah, that's stupid, man. But yeah, they really nailed it with that.
I think they do a good job at all of that. Do you have any closing comments or anything else that you want to talk on?
I don't know. I feel like with these types of movies, there's not a lot of like spoilers. We could tell you what happens, but it's not like gonna make it or break it. Like you're still go watch it and like enjoy it, you know. I don't know. To close it out, I just want to say that at the end of the movie, should I just fucking spoil the shit of it? All right, fuck it. She becomes president. No,
she's president.
She's
Surprise.
president as fuck, and he becomes the first man. The first man.
Or the first mister, they say?
The first mister, whatever. And, in the White House, it's tradition that the first lady, like the first, there are the portraits on there. They get painted. This motherfucker gets painted all patriot, like he's like a superhero.
He's jacked like a superhero. He's like holding a flag. He's got like an eagle on his shoulder and shit.
Yeah, his shirt's ripped and like it's all USA. And then he's like, "Yeah, you like that? Like that's the draw or the artist for
the Spawn comics." Yeah,
yeah, that was pretty funny. But no, I mean, there's so many parts in the movie where it's just funny. Like, go watch it if you enjoy Seth Rogen movies for sure.
Yeah. The last thing that I want to close on.
Shit.
Which it's right up there, so it's like the big booty hoe, and then this part's right here.
Wow,
like
I swear, if it's another 2 Chainz,
no, near the end of the movie, when they finally get back together, or they officially get together and they announce it to the public, everyone's like outside of their apartment, cheering, clapping. All the news is there, and his friend, Ice Cube's son, what's his name in the movie?
Lance.
Lance is there. And for no fucking reason, no one's even watching him. Like, no cameras are on him. He just yells "Wakanda forever."
Dude, for real, like all the cameras are pointing at the couple,
and he's just like, "There, Wakanda forever." I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's so stupid, bro.
Like, what does that have to do with anything? But I'm so glad it was in there.
That's so funny, yeah. And then actually, that same part where he starts to chant. It's like Fred, or whatever the chant was. It's like, yeah, I started that. Yeah. It was so funny. Yeah, that guy did a really good job as a best friend in the movie.
Yeah, he played his role really well. I feel like every time he was on the screen, like he stole the fucking show.
It was just funny, yeah. Yeah, good shit, man. I totally forgot about that Wakanda part. That was so random.
With the amount of times I bling up 2 Chainz, true to my religion. With the amount of times that I bring up 2 Chainz. Oh, whoops. With the amount of times that I bring up Black Panther, I feel like every time there's a Black Panther thing in a movie, I need to be on it.
Damn. Dude, you'd legit like find any way to bring up Black Panther. It's pretty legit. No. All right, good shit, man.
Go check out the movie. Hopefully you haven't seen too many of the trailers, because a lot of the best jokes are in the trailers.
Are they? I'm glad.
That's why I would suggest, if you had already seen all the trailers, just wait.
Yeah, that could be like a good movie night at the house.
That's a real good movie night movie.
Yeah, go watch it. Well, yeah, wait, but go watch it. Do whatever you want to do. This is a review brought to you by TretoWithOutARadio, and the Long Shot movie comes out May 3rd. Seth Rogen's 89th film.
89th and a half.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another episode. Tune in next week where we dive with sharks.
Hey man, we didn't clear this.
Nah, you signed the paperwork. All right, thank you guys. We'll see you guys next week.